The flames were beaten back. Then the wind changed. Firefighters grabbed shovels, villagers formed a line, and aircraft attacked the blaze from above. For a moment, it looked contained. Then the fire broke through. Dry grass vanished into flames, ash filled the air, cows were rushed to safety. And in the hills of Macedonia, one shift in the wind turned victory into chaos. It was the beginning of the harvesting season in Macedonia, and then the wind changed everything. For hours on August 19th, villagers and firefighters near Krusevica thought they had the upper hand, beating back flames with nothing but shovels and grit. Then the wind shifted, and the fire tore straight through their line. The blaze sits halfway between the villages of Caniste and Krusevica in the Prilep area's rugged Mariovo terrain, ground so dry and overgrown it practically fed the flames itself.
The fire is located somewhere halfway between the villages of Caniste and Krusevica, villages in the Prilep area. During the day, we had several tense situations here. Several times we managed to bring the fire partially under control, but then it got away from us again. The terrain is extremely difficult to work in, with very tall, tinder-dry grass.
The director of North Macedonia's Crisis Management Center, Stojan Angelov, did not just direct the response from a distance. He was out on the ground with locals, working alongside them as embers rained down and ash choked the air. A police helicopter ran passes overhead through the day, while crews built a makeshift water tank beside the nearby river to keep aerial units supplied faster. For farmer Ljupcha Ivansky, the fight was personal. He spent the day moving his herd of cows to safety while the fire crept closer, watching official efforts he says were as strong as they come and still not enough.
Stojan's North Macedonia's Crisis Management Center director was on the ground early, fighting the fire right alongside me through the blinding ash and embers, but we simply couldn't bring it under control. The wind just tore it away from us. It was devouring everything, just devouring everything. We had both a plane and a helicopter deployed, and his team was outstanding and fully prepared, but it was all for nothing.
By evening, crews were still working the fire's edges, beating out embers by hand while a specialized vehicle sprayed down the perimeter to stop it spreading further into the surrounding forest. The fire in Krusevica is not an isolated event. North Macedonia has been fighting wildfires through much of the summer, as scorching temperatures and prolonged dry spells turn the Balkans into a tinderbox season after season. For now, the flames near Krusevica remain only partly contained, a stark reminder of how quickly a fight that looks won can slip away with nothing more than a change in the wind. On August 17th, firefighters in Belgium battled to contain the country's worst wildfires in a century, as authorities across Europe continued efforts to control devastating summer blazes. According to Reuters, some 500 firefighters are attempting to fight the wildfire that so far has destroyed 3,000 hectares and 7,400 acres of land. A forestry officer said that Belgium's biggest wildfire on record has caused irreparable damage to rare biotopes.
There is irreparable damage because we had 2 active upland peat bogs in there. There are only 3 of those in Belgium. These are very, very protected biotopes, also rare biotopes. They take thousands of years to develop and become overgrown. 2 of these 3 are irretrievably destroyed.
While rain over eastern Belgium brought some relief to firefighters, Pieper further warned that the situation was far from over.
This will take weeks, even months. The fire has eaten its way into the peat and continues to burn, in some places even without oxygen, and you can't see it from the surface. And it can reignite in another spot that isn't even that far away. And that's why we have to monitor it for weeks to ensure no new fires break out and spread to the unburnt areas.
Walloon authorities reported on the morning of August 17th that the fire had been contained in areas accessible to emergency crews. Overnight, however, the blaze continued to spread in areas inaccessible to crews on foot, although its expansion remained limited by more favourable winds and rainfall. Around 600 residents evacuated earlier were still unable to return home, while no new evacuations were planned for the time being. Several roads in and around the affected area remained closed due to traffic. At the same time, German media further reported that the fire was no longer spreading toward the border town of Monschau. About 30 residents there had been evacuated as a precaution on Sunday evening because of heavy smoke and the risk of the fire spreading further. According to regional officials, nearly 500 personnel and more than 120 vehicles were involved in firefighting operations on Monday, with 9 aircraft from Belgium, the Netherlands, Germany, Norway, and Sweden providing air support. The aerial operation was being coordinated by the European Union's Emergency Response Coordination Centre.
We managed to maintain the fire where the firemen are situated, but there's still a place which is totally inaccessible, where the fire is still going on in the direction of Monschau in Germany.
Wildfires have ravaged areas in various European countries, forcing evacuations in France, Spain, Belgium, Germany, and Greece. Many European countries saw the hottest month on record in July, with ongoing droughts exacerbating the problem.
En gros, en fait... Oui, oui, mais
oui, mais vous pouvez m'expliquer?
Bon, on va sortir.
Quel film qui a failli prendre
Le véhicule heurté.
enregistré par une femme au volant. J'ai le pouce.
Ils sont là.
À droite.
C'était juste pour savoir. J'ai pris une veste qui est résistante si jamais il fallait. Et j'ai le casque. Tu mets le casque, elle est en nylon.
Ah oui, vous me restez comme ça.
La veste, elle est un peu, tu vois, inifugée, mais...
Alors vraiment que le feu a failli partir sur cette.
Également, sur la nationale, faire attention aux hélicoptères également.